In Delhi, almost curfew is there. In Bengal, almost lockdown is now on there. Everything closed. In UP, though, वो लोग नहीं करेंगे इतना जल्दी because elections are coming. That's why they will not do many
But
things.
even
Let us
the
see what will.
election commission is told that elections won't be suspended.
Who said? Election Commission का कौन सुनता है? वो बस किताबी बातें हैं जो आप लोगों ने इस बार पढ़ा है. Election Commission is super powerful. Powerful is the political parties in India.
Sir, Supreme Court also said the same.
बच्चा, anyone says anything. Elections होंगे ही होंगे. Remember that. You will see campaigns will also go on with full on, and until unless the third wave is full on its way, then maybe it will be postponed. Otherwise, it will definitely happen. होना ही होना है. See, on paper, आपने पढ़ा है in the electoral working of institutions and all, electoral politics, election commission is so powerful and independent. Judiciary is so powerful and independent. But do you think really that Supreme Court and these bodies are really independent in the working level? You all tell me. They are actually not student. जिसकी गवर्नमेंट होती है उन्हीं का सबसे मेन पावर होता है. Always remember that. So the reality is very different than what you have studied in civics literature. Okay, so आगे देखते हैं. Yesterday we finished this one. Yes, everyone. What changed after October? ये हम लोग का हो गया था कल. I believe yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we have done. We needed to start at civil war today. Okay, so it's good we are on in practice of the online classes. That is good because from 6 online classes are only going to happen. Let's see what will happen. So when the Bolsheviks ordered land redistribution, याद रखना Bolsheviks ने land redistribute किया था. Land redistribution happened. The Russian army began to break up. Russian army जो है वो टूटने लगी. Soldiers, mostly peasants, wished to go home for the redistribution and deserted. बहुत से soldiers जो है वो किसान families से थे और उनको redistribution का फायदा लेने के लिए they left the army and they went back. Non-Bolshevik socialist, याद रखना, that is Mensheviks. Non-Bolshevik socialist मतलब Mensheviks और एक जो था socialist revolutionary party उसके लोग. Liberals and supporters of autocracy condemned the Bolshevik uprising. देखो, non-Bolshevik socialist, liberals और autocracy के supporters. Autocracy मतलब the supporters of king's rule. We can say the conservatives. इन्होंने Bolshevik जो uprising हुआ था, as the Bolsheviks, yesterday we read about the October Revolution. As the way they took power in their hands, they took control of the Moscow Petrograd area. इसकी भरसक निंदा की गई. It was condemned, it was criticized. Their leaders moved to South Russia. As I said, Bolshevik अब तक पूरे रशिया में अपनी गवर्नमेंट नहीं बना पाए थे. They had in limited number of places they had their government. So some parts of Russia were still free of their rule. So the opposition parties, they all went and moved to South Russia and they organized troops to fight the Bolsheviks, the Reds. इसको याद रखना बच्चों, please write it in the notes. Who are the Reds, who are the Whites, and who are the Greens? So Bolsheviks को कहा गया the Reds. Red is the color normally associated with communism. Reds. During 1918 and 1919, the Greens, that is socialist revolutionaries, which was the one of the other political parties, and Whites, that is pro-Tsarists. Pro-Tsarist means, students, yesterday only I think we discussed this word pro. Yes?
Supporters of Tsar.
Supporters of the Tsar, supporters of the Tsarist rule, supporters of monarchy. So during 1918 and 1919, interestingly, देखो 1917 में October Revolution तो हो गया था. In 1917 October Revolution happened, but Bolsheviks, that is the political party under Lenin, under the leadership of Lenin, they only controlled the main economic center of Russia, we can say capital, Moscow, Petrograd area, that area. But even after that, up to 1918 and 1919, most of the Russian Empire was actually controlled by the socialist revolutionaries, because they were very famous among peasants, and the whites, that is pro-Tsarists. And they were backed by French, American, British and Japanese troops. Why? क्यों? फ्रांस, अमेरिका, ब्रिटेन और जापान ने क्यों इन लोगों को सपोर्ट किया होगा? बोल्शेविक्स के अपोजिशन में उनके दुश्मनों को क्यों सपोर्ट किया होगा? Any idea? I'm giving you one hint. Bolsheviks wanted to establish a communist state, and France, America, Britain and Japan, they all were capitalist countries. Now anyone tell me, मैंने पूरा आंसर ही actually बोल दिया. Now you all tell me, explain why France, America, Britain and Japan supported the opposition powers of the Bolsheviks. आप लोग कम्युनिज्म और कैपिटलिज्म जो मैंने क्लास में समझाया था हर क्लास में, उसके बेसिक फंडा पे जाइए, you will get the answer. Yes, Azim, good. You have raised your hand. Say.
So that they opposed Bolsheviks because if Bolsheviks would have won, then Russia would have become a communist state, and that would have been problem for France, America, British, and Japan because they were capitalists.
Why? What kind of danger the capitalist felt? What could have had happened?
That their people will also be inspired from the activities going on in Russia.
What harm would happen to the capitalist economies? Good, you are going in the right way.
Capitalist rule will be over.
Why? Why the capitalist rule will be over? If communism comes,
their country people will also bring a revolution in their country. That's why.
नहीं, basic क्या difference हो जाएगा? कैपिटलिस्ट इकोनॉमी में ओनरशिप किसके हाथ में होता है और कैपिटलिस्ट इकोनॉमी में ओनरशिप किसके हाथ में होता है ऑफ एवरी रिसोर्सेज?
Rich.
हाँ? Yes, tell me.
Those who have opportunities and resources.
In capitalism, बच्चों, basic difference यही है, capitalist societies में entire resources are owned by private people, private hands. In communism, everything is owned by the government. Everything is owned by the people. So that is why the capitalist economies like France, America, Britain and Japan, they were fearful that if entire Russia becomes a communist state, that would obviously disrupt the economy of the world, according to them, and also that would lead to the spread of communism all over the world, which is obviously a danger for the capitalist economies. That's why. So they were backed up, that is the whites and the greens were backed up by French, American, British and Japanese troops. All those forces who were worried at the growth of socialism in Russia. As these troops and the Bolsheviks fought a civil war, looting, banditry and famine became common. इन ग्रुप्स के बीच में जब वॉर हुआ, तो जब भी देश में सिविल वॉर होता है तो लूटपाट होता है, बैंडिट्री होती है, डकैती होती है, भुखमरी होगी क्योंकि they destroy the crops, etc. So Russia condition was not good during the civil war. Civil war is always harmful for any country. You know, many African countries have gone through civil war. From Congo has seen one of the worst civil wars, and many other such countries have gone through very, very, very violent civil wars. Even Sri Lanka, our neighbor. Okay, so everyone, civil war. Just last year आपने पढ़ा था, अगर आप लोगों को याद हो, एकदम लास्ट चैप्टर में हिस्ट्री के, कि श्रीलंका was divided between two groups of people, the Tamilians who spoke Tamil and the majority of the people were Sinhalese who spoke Sinhalese language. याद है? Do you all remember a little bit?
Yes, sir.
नहीं? सुन लो, श्रीलंका में तमिलियंस भी हैं, तमिल जो तमिल बोलते हैं, और सिन्हाला, द श्रीलंका में सिन्हालीज लैंग्वेज इज द मेजॉरिटी लैंग्वेज. जैसे हमारे इंडिया में बच्चों, we didn't chose any language as national language, as the official language of India. There are, you know, 13 to 14 official languages in India. हाँ, तो इसीलिए कभी इंडिया में मान लो, you know, एक ये भी आपने पढ़ा था पिछले साल कि when the constituent assemblies meetings were going on, many constituent assembly members demanded that Hindi must be imposed all over India as a national language. And one of the constituent assembly members from South India, he threatened entire constituent assembly that if Hindi was going to be imposed on South Indians, then better South Indians will make their own country. They're so much opposed to Hindi. So India found a democratic way to deal with linguistic diversity or differences. But वहां पे क्या हुआ? In Sri Lanka, Sinhalese को official language बना दिया गया. Tamilians were not given government jobs. Tamilians were discriminated. Tamilians were forced to learn the Sinhalese language. Every official thing happened in Sinhalese language. Every government exams happened in Sinhalese language, and that led to a civil war. So civil war is always a very, very, very bad thing for any country. So आगे देखते हैं क्या होता है. Supporters of private property among whites took hard steps with peasants who had seized land. Whites मतलब प्रोजारिस्ट्स. So whites मतलब प्रोजारिस्ट है. प्रोजारिस्ट मतलब obviously they belong to the nobility. तो ऐसे nobility के लोग जिन्हों जो प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी के फेवर में थे, तो उन लोगों ने पीजेंट्स के साथ बहुत बुरा व्यवहार किया. Nobility, they had their own little bit small armies, and any peasant who took their lands, they treated them very cruelly, very harshly, and murdered them. Such actions led to the loss of popular support for the non-Bolsheviks. अब क्या हुआ? Remember, रशिया में 85% peasants थे, और जब whites peasants के ऊपर अत्याचार करने लगे, so slowly जो non-Bolsheviks थे, उनका support धीरे-धीरे कम होने लगा. By January 1920, the Bolsheviks controlled most of the former Russian Empire. 1920 तक जो Bolsheviks के खिलाफ थे वो हारने लगे, and Bolsheviks had an absolute control over most of the Russia. They succeeded due to the cooperation with non-Russian nationalists and Muslim jihadists. याद रखना, रशिया में बहुत सारे nationalities के लोग थे. Romanians, Bulgarians, Armenians, many. The non-Russian nationalities जो थे, they all supported the Bolsheviks. Also the Muslim jihadists, the reformers among the Muslims in Russia, they all supported the Bolsheviks. So what happened? Cooperation did not work when Russian colonists themselves turned Bolshevik. अब क्या हुआ? These things are not very important, students. ये एग्जाम में ये सब चीजें कभी नहीं पूछते हैं, तो इस कहानी की तरह एक बार सुन जाओ. कहीं कहीं पे बोल्शेविक्स जो है वो खुद कॉलोनिस्ट्स बन गए, या कॉलोनिस्ट मतलब जो कि रशिया का दबदबा फैलाना चाहते हैं दूसरे एरियाज में दूसरे लोगों के ऊपर. वो जब खुद बोल्शेविक खुद को बोल के लोगों पे अत्याचार करने लगे, देन in such places cooperation was less from the local people. Like in Khiva in Central Asia, Bolshevik colonists, colonist, you all know, someone who colonizes another people, other culture, themselves in Khiva in Central Asia, Bolshevik colonists brutally massacred local nationalists in the name of defending socialism. जो local nationalists थे खीवा में, उन्होंने बहुत बुरी तरह से सबको मार डाला, ये बताने के लिए कि they are enemies of socialism, उनको बचाने, socialism को बचाने के लिए. In this situation, many were confused about what the Bolshevik government represented. इस तरह के कांड से बहुत लोगों को Bolshevik government पे भी संदेह हुआ that what the Bolshevik really wanted to do. Partly to remedy this, इस तरह का जो बोल्शेविक पार्टी के नाम पे जो अत्याचार भी हुआ लोगों के ऊपर, उसको खत्म, मतलब उसको ढकने के लिए, उसमें मरहम लगाने के लिए, to remedy this, most non-Russian nationalities were given political autonomy in the Soviet Union, USSR. That is the state the Bolsheviks created from the Russian Empire in December 1922. इसको underline कर लो please everyone. I'm telling you what is autonomy, but underline this sentence. Soviet Union or USSR, that is the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, was the state the Bolsheviks created from the former Russian Empire in December 1922. 1922 में नाम हो गया सोवियत यूनियन. नॉन रशियन नेशनैलिटीज को पॉलिटिकल ऑटोनॉमी देने का क्या मतलब है? देखो यहाँ पे ऑटोनॉमी मतलब है द राइट टू गवर्न देमसेल्व्स. दैट इज लाइक आर्मेनियंस, देयर आर मेनी, वो देखना पड़ेगा. आर्मेनियंस आर देयर आर मेनी अदर्स, फिनलैंड एंड ऑल दीज एरियाज, फिनिश पीपल, दे ऑल वेर नॉन रशियंस, वो रशियन नहीं थे. सो कहा गया कि आप लोग अपनी खुद की छोटी छोटी गवर्नमेंट्स बना सकते हैं. लेट अस इमेजिन लाइक स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स एंड यू कैन हैव योर ओन पॉलिटिकल थिंग्स एंड वी विल नॉट इंटरफेयर इन योर पॉलिटिकल मैटर्स. जस्ट यू विल रिमेन अ पार्ट ऑफ द सोवियत यूनियन. But since this was combined with unpopular policies that the Bolshevik forced the local governments to follow, like the harsh discouragement of nomadism, attempts to win over different nationalities are only partly successful. लेकिन एक तरफ कहा गया कि you do your own style of politics, you govern your own areas, fine. But उसके साथ साथ बहुत तरह के restrictions भी लगा दिए गए, like harsh discouragement in nomadism. Nomadism क्या होता है? बंजारों का लाइफ. पिछले साल आपने पढ़ा था ना, nomads. The nomads, they go
Yes,
from
sir.
one place to another. Yes. So nomadism is a lifestyle of those who do not live in one place but move from area to earn their living. याद रखना, सेंट्रल एशिया में और रशिया के उन बहुत से इलाकों में उस समय लोग आज भी रहते हैं. You go to those places today also, you will find many nomadic groups there. Okay, वो एक जगह से दूसरी जगह घूमते रहते हैं. They have the nomadic lifestyle. आप अगर वहां पे जाओगे तो आपको लगेगा कि लिटरली आप 200 300 400 500 साल पहले चले गए हो. They have no use of technology. They live a very simple nomadic life. They have their own camels and goats and etc. Yaks. So अब मान लो कि नॉन रशियन नेशनैलिटीज को एक तरफ बोला जा रहा है कि आप अपना चीज अपना संभालो, यू हैव योर ओन स्टाइल ऑफ पॉलिटिक्स, डू व्हाटएवर यू वांट. उधर वो जिस तरह लाइफ को जीते उसी में रेस्ट्रिक्शन लगा दिया. तो ऑब्वियसली गिविंग पॉलिटिकल ऑटोनॉमी वाज अ हाफ हार्टेड थिंग. इट वाज नॉट वेरी सक्सेसफुल because at one hand you are giving political freedom, at another hand you are putting restrictions on the livelihood of people. Obviously it did not work very properly. So everyone understood civil war? Civil war समझ में आया? What happened there? All the students? I'm giving you all 2 minutes to 3 minutes. All read it. All read the entire civil war thing. From your own books, read it. You all have your book. And see if you have any questions to ask. Then we will go ahead quickly. I'm showing the first paragraph. Then after 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, I will show you the another. Take the attendance. Anyone having any question they can raise. Though इसमें कुछ question आएगा नहीं, most probably. It is just a story. All understood? Should we move ahead with the story?
Yes, sir.
Okay, चलो. ये देखते हैं सेंट्रल एशिया ऑफ अक्टूबर 2 व्यूज. देखते हैं ये क्या दिया हुआ है. M.N. Roy was a communist of India. He was also a leader. M.N. Roy was an Indian revolutionary, a founder of the Mexican Communist Party, and a prominent Comintern leader in India, China, and Europe. He was in Central Asia at the time of the Civil War in the 1920s. He wrote, "The chieftain was a benevolent old man, his attendant a youth who spoke Russian. He had heard of the revolution, which had overthrown the Tsar and driven away the generals who conquered the homeland of the Kyrgyz. So the revolution meant that Kyrgyz were masters of their home again. Long live the revolution," shouted the Kyrgyz youth, who seemed to be a born Bolshevik. The whole tribe joined. ये एक है, आप देख सकते हैं कैसे एक ट्राइब जो है वो खुश होती है. The next one. The Kyrgyz welcomed the first revolution, that is February Revolution, with joy. याद रखना February Revolution में राजा हट जाता है, Tsar was abdicated, his throne. After that, Tsar's entire family was also killed. With joy. And the second revolution, the consternation and terror. Second revolution में terror उनके ऊपर आता है. How? This first revolution freed them from the oppression of the Tsarist regime. पहले revolution ने उनको जार के अत्याचारी रूल से मुक्त किया and strengthened their hope that autonomy would be realized, that they will be given political freedom. But the second revolution, October Revolution, was accompanied by violence, pillage, that is loot part and all this thing, taxes and establishment of dictatorial power. जैसे मैंने आपको कहा October Revolution के बाद one party government हो गया था. It was kind of dictatorial. Once a small group of Tsarist bureaucrats oppressed the Kyrgyz, now the same group of people perpetuate the same regime. So आप देख सकते हैं कि जो नॉन रशियन नेशनैलिटीज के लोग हैं उनके लिए कुछ ज्यादा फर्क नहीं हुआ था. चलो नेक्स्ट, मेकिंग ऑफ अ सोशलिस्ट सोसाइटी. During, everyone can see making of a socialist society, all can see it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, chalo. Just a second. Yeah. During the Civil War, the Bolsheviks kept industries and banks nationalized. हमने पढ़ा ही था सिविल वॉर के दौरान भी all industries and banks were nationalized, that they were absolute in the control of the government. They permitted peasants to cultivate the land that had been socialized. Peasants को उन्हीं land को cultivate करने के लिए कहा गया, which was socialized, which was given to all. Bolsheviks used confiscated land to demonstrate what collective work could be. Bolsheviks ने दिखाया कि collective work कैसे किया जा सकता है. देखते हैं. A process of centralized planning was introduced. Students, everyone knows, hopefully you all have read it in economics. I don't know if you have yet read it or not. India follows 5-year plans. Yes. 5-year economic plans. You all have heard about it? कभी सुना है? India follows 5-year plans, FYP, for economy. डिसाइड करते हैं इकोनॉमी में क्या करना है, क्या नहीं करना है, how much budget we will allocate where and how much revenue we are going to get, etc. Anyone has heard 5-year plans?
Yes, sir.
Okay, someone has heard out of 92 students. 5-year plan का जो idea था, we got it from Russia. Actually, Jawaharlal Nehru was very impressed by Russia, the Russia's economy. You know, once when India in 1947 got independence, you know, at that time Russia was very developed. Russia was doing extremely good. So Jawaharlal Nehru was very much impressed by the idea of socialism and Russia. That is why he adopted 5-year plans in India too. So a process of centralized planning, इसलिए 5-year plans बनाने के लिए planning commission भी हुआ करता था इंडिया में, आज उसका नाम है नीति आयोग. Have you heard of this आयोग called नीति आयोग?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Niti means
Sir, you have told.
Niti means policies. So officials assessed how the economy could work and set targets for a 5-year period. वही हमारे यहाँ पे भी होता है, ऑफिशियल हमारे इकोनॉमी को अच्छे से देखते हैं इकोनॉमिस्ट लोग और टारगेट फिक्स करते हैं, अच्छा हमें 5 साल में ये करना है, 5 साल में हमें इतना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ग्रो करना है, 5 साल में हमें जीडीपी ग्रोथ रेट यहाँ तक ले जाना है, लाइक दैट. On this basis they made the 5-year plans. The government fixed all prices to promote industrial growth during the first 2 plans. हर चीज के प्राइस को फिक्स कर दिया गया ताकि इंडस्ट्रीज को भी आसानी हो रॉ मटेरियल्स खरीदने में, फ्लक्चुएशन ना हो प्राइसेस में, फॉर द ग्रोथ ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज. नेक्स्ट, that is 1927, 1932, 1933, 1930. इसको याद रखना, इसको अंडरलाइन कर लो, that the government fixed all prices to promote industrial growth during the first 2 plans. After that, centralized planning led to economic growth. Centralized एक planning था, गवर्नमेंट देख रहा था कहाँ पे क्या करना है, कहाँ पे क्या अलॉट करना है. इसके वजह से Russian economy really did well. Industrial production increased between 1929 and 1933 by 100% in the case of oil, coal and steel. There was a tremendous increase in the production of such things. New factory cities came into being. अब अगर इतने industrialization इतना तेज से हो रहा है, factory cities भी बनेंगे, there will be new factories, there will be more and more labor coming, they need to live somewhere, and so factory cities came up. However, rapid construction led to poor working conditions. Rapid construction हो रहा था, population बढ़ रहा था, population शहरों में बढ़ रहा था of laborers. इसके वजह से working conditions जो है वो अच्छे नहीं रहे. देखते हैं क्या कैसे कैसे problems आने लगे. In the city of Magnitogorsk, the construction of a steel plant was achieved in 3 years. 3 साल लगे एक steel plant को बनने में. Workers lived hard lives and the result was 550 stoppages of work in the first year alone. My goodness. 326 336 days में 365 365 days में 550 बार तो स्ट्राइक हो गया. यानी 365 days 550 बार स्ट्राइक हो गया. ये हालत है. And you know Russian workers were expert in doing strikes. In living quarters in the winter time at 40 degrees below, my goodness, बच्चों, -40 degrees. I don't, maybe it's Fahrenheit, शायद Fahrenheit होगा, or maybe Celsius.
Fahrenheit and Celsius meet at -40 degrees, so it's same.
Okay. So -40 degrees below, extreme cold. People had to climb down from the 4th floor and dash across the street in order to go to the toilet. Let us imagine -40 degrees टेम्परेचर है, आप ऐसे में कुल्फी बन चुके हो, आपको टॉयलेट जाना है, आप जिस बिल्डिंग में आपका पढ़ाई होता है उस बिल्डिंग से आपको जाना पड़ेगा, लेट अस से द सीनियर वाला जो टायर पार्क है वहां पे जाना पड़ेगा. इमेजिन, आप तो कुल्फी बन जाएगी आपकी. सो यू नो वर्किंग कंडीशंस वेर very extreme. Workers were, though workers ने revolution किया and now it's a socialist state, a worker state, but condition of the working lot was not very good. This is one of the examples. An extended schooling system was developed, but कुछ अच्छी चीजें भी हुई. एक बहुत विशाल schooling system को बनाया गया and arrangements were made for factory workers and peasants to enter universities. Arrangements किए गए कि factory workers और peasants भी universities में पढ़ सकें. Creches were established in factory. Creche क्या होता है? मम्मी पापा दोनों ही काम में चले गए, एकदम छोटे छोटे बच्चे 2 महीने के, 5 महीने के, 6 महीने के, 1 साल के, उनको कहाँ रख के जाएंगे और स्कूल नहीं जा सकते हैं, तो क्रश होता है. वहां पे क्रैशेस में देखभाल की जाती है बच्चों की. तो क्रैशेस आर एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन फैक्ट्रीज फॉर द चिल्ड्रन ऑफ वुमेन वर्कर्स. चीप पब्लिक हेल्थ केयर वाज प्रोवाइडेड. बहुत ही सस्ता पब्लिक हेल्थ केयर प्रोवाइड किया गया. मॉडल लिविंग क्वार्टर्स वर सेट अप फॉर वर्कर्स. बहुत से लिविंग क्वार्टर्स बनाए गए. The effect of all this was uneven, though since government resources were limited. क्यों? इसके इफेक्ट अनइक्वल थे. कहीं पे बहुत से अच्छी चीजें हुई, कहीं पे नहीं हुई किसी पार्ट में, because government resources were limited. यहाँ पे देखो, you all can see a poster. फैक्ट्री से धुआं निकल रहा है. Factories came to be seen as symbolism of socialism. This poster states the smoke from the chimneys is the breathing of Soviet Russia. Now, how much emphasis was given on factories and the development of Russia or Soviet Union. यहाँ पे कुछ photographs है. Can you all see these photographs? These are original photographs actually.
Yes, sir.
Children at school in Soviet Russia in the 1930s, they are studying the Soviet economy. वो लोग Soviet economy के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं. Here, a child in Magnitogorsk during the first 5-year plan. एक बच्चा, he is working for Soviet Russia. Here, factory dining hall in the 1930s, which looks actually quite good. Factory dining hall, जहाँ पे सब workers एक साथ मिलके खाना खा सकते हैं. Looks quite neat and clean, quite good. So, आगे देखते हैं. ओके, इसके पहले हम लोग ये जरा पढ़ते हैं द सोर्स बॉक्सेस. समझ में आया बच्चों इकोनॉमी की कैसी हालत थी? व्हाट हैपेंड इन द इकोनॉमी, व्हाट चेंजेस? Students, understood a little bit? Yes. Okay, read it again, everyone.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Yes, sir.
everyone do a self-study. I'm giving you all 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. All use your own book. Making a Socialist Society, उसको पूरा पढ़ो. And see if there is any confusion, ask me. Then only I will go ahead. All read the topic? Any confusion? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Huh.
why did you started 5 years plan?
Again say?
So why they need 5-year plan?
Why they need 5-year plans?
Yes, sir.
Well, obviously a planning is important and 5 years is the roundup figure, 5 years is a half decade. That's why it's a standard kind of time. And they need, because they wanted to have a centralized planning. Just India में भी एक centralized planning होता है 5-year plans में. So, according to that, they can have a control over entire Russia's economy. For that. And planning is important. बिना planning की कोई भी economy चल नहीं पाएगी. So that is why they needed for a 5-year plan, and they got this idea. They are very economists and other people there, and they devised that 5-year, as it's a half a decade. So in 5 years we will be able to do some changes properly, and they used to set goals that in 5 years we will have to achieve this, we will have to achieve this, etc. And because of that, because to establish a centralized planning system for the entire country, they introduced 5-year plans. Okay, Kumkum.
Please explain this that during the Civil War, the Bolsheviks kept the industries and banks nationalized. So why?
Well, they kept the banks and industries nationalized because they did not wanted that during the Civil War, those banks and industries should go into the hand of the pro-czarists, because pro-czarists were quite rich, or to the members of the other political parties. That's why they kept it under strict government control, so that they do not slip in the hands of their opposition parties or opposition groups. That is why they wanted full control over these. Also remember, if the industries and banks would have had gone in the opposition hands, that could have had collapsed the Bolshevik government, because obviously industries and banks are the main parts of the economy of a country. That's why. Anything
Sir,
else?
what were crutches? So what were crutches?
क्रैचेस ये होता है, अभी भी होता है बच्चों. मान लो वर्किंग पेरेंट्स हैं, वर्किंग मम्मी पापा है, दोनों ही घर चले काम में चले गए, एकदम छोटा सा बच्चा है, एकदम 6 महीने का, 3 महीने का, 1 साल का, 1.5 साल का बच्चा है, वो कहाँ रहेगा घर पे? अब इंडिया का तरह तो है नहीं कि दादा दादी बैठ के संभालेंगे. ओके, आज भी नहीं होता है. देयर आर मेनी पीपल हु गो एंड लिव फार फ्रॉम देयर फैमिलीज. So, am I audible, students, or is my voice cracking? All can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
You are
fine.
audible.
Okay. So, crashes में लोग अपने बच्चों को दे जाते हैं, वहां पर उनको देखभाल की जाती है. They are taken care of, they are provided with milk and whatever is needed, and they are there for 8 hours, 9 hours in the crashes. And then the parents, when they come back from the home, back from the work, they get their children from there and they take them to the house. That is crashes. Crashes are daycare system for infant babies whose parents are out for work. Okay? समझ में आया crashes क्या होते हैं?
Yes, sir.
Okay. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Dreams of a Soviet childhood. Dreams and realities of a Soviet childhood. 1930. Yes, yes.
Sir, actually, I have a video call video making meeting at 11, so I have to join that also.
Fine. Leave. Anyone else who needs to leave? We can end today's class here then, and tomorrow we'll continue. Chapter almost हो गया है. Next we have Stalinism and collectivization. ये बहुत important topic है. हम लोग कल fresh शुरू करते हैं, because इससे questions आने हैं 101% in exam. And at the end, global influence of Russian Revolution, ये भी बहुत important. इससे questions हमेशा आते रहे. ठीक है? Good, we have finished the chapter almost. Congratulations all. मुझे लगा था पूरा जनवरी जाएगा इस चैप्टर में, but we are head on time. Okay everyone, then see you all tomorrow. Yes, heritage